the winner of the 2025 National Memory Master Championship is Evangeline.
We have 4 kids, but our oldest is Evangeline, who just got done with the National Memory Master competition and won. So that's amazing. We knew we wanted to homeschool. I was homeschooled through part of my childhood, and my wife had been a teacher, and we were just really bought into it. The absolute beauty of classical Christian education and the lofty goals of what it seeks to accomplish, and how it does it, and yet the community that's there with CC. We were just really sold on it right away. And it's been everything we were hoping it would be, and honestly better.
My husband was homeschooled, so that was inspiration to do something differently. Having gone to a public school myself and knowing how many hours I spent between getting up in the morning early and getting on the bus and getting to school and then getting home eventually, and just knowing the time that I had with my children and how irreplaceable that is. Their childhood goes by so quickly, and the fact that I could sit at the table with them and take time and learn things together and not have to rush them off for someone else to educate them when God has gifted me to educate my own child.
Overall, it was just such a cool, to watch the videos of last year was this is impressive. To try for this would really push me. And then really experiencing all that CC has to offer by applying for this competition. And then just being able to shine the light of God. I've always been homeschooled, and it's been amazing.
She did an amazing job of setting out a schedule all the way through. It wasn't something on the 23rd of April, we will do this. But it was okay, kind of reverse building it, going, all right, how do we do this so that we're not having to cram things in at the end? She just had this cadence and a discipline. It was that hard work of, okay, the days you don't want to do it, we still got to do it. The days that it's this is not convenient because we have other things going on in life, okay, we've still got to do this.
For National Memory Master, you memorize all the stuff. There's 24 weeks, and each week you learn a science fact and a history fact and a Latin fact and geography.
Those little bits over a long period of time. It was this I commented to her, this week coming into it, there was not pressure. It was just, well, here we are, but she was ready.
This last year was her 3rd year doing Memory Master. Even my 6-year-old knows a lot of the information because she hears it. When we review 20 minutes a day, we're not having to spend hours. It's 20 minutes a day and they're reviewing it and learning it. So 3 years ago, we had her do Memory Master and she excelled. And so she did the next 2 years. And then we heard about National Memory Master because there was another child in our community that actually made it. That's something to shoot for. What do you think? And she wanted to do it. And it just became, like my husband said, just kind of a schedule thing that we just worked in, and little by little worked away at it, and here we are. So CC is really big about the parent being the lead learner. And I absolutely love learning, but I understand that it can be intimidating. And I feel like people, oh, well, you're a teacher, so you can homeschool. Well, no, you don't have to be a teacher to homeschool. I've learned so much of this stuff. Like I said, I didn't know so many of these things before. And so it's me regaining my education and learning alongside of them. And when they see the excitement in me, that makes them excited.
I remember April was my break month, and then May we started the grind, and she wrote out a detailed schedule because we were on a road trip June and July, so I had my big binder with all the stuff in it, and she wrote a schedule this day you're gonna do review English cycle 2 and trace a map of Africa. And then once it got closer, I think I had most of the information memorized by September for cycle 1, and then I got proofed in November, and then after that I think I had everything reviewed from the other 2 cycles, just so I had it all solid, and then we did my video. And then I worked really hard for a long time. When I got up there and I got a question right, I was really happy. I was okay, 1 round done, only some more left. And then the applied knowledge scared me at first because I was I didn't know what they were gonna ask. But after a few questions, okay, I got this. I feel the moment that meant the most to me was when he announced it and everyone just gave me a giant hug. That meant a lot to me.
Homeschooling, I would definitely say, it is nowhere near as scary as people think it is. And it's the work we've been called to do. We're called to truly raise our children in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. And there is not a separation between spiritual education and what we go, well, that's scholastic education. They're one and the same. All truth is God's truth. And so you're discipling your kids all day long. They're with your wife doing that bulk of the lifting because, I got to go work to pay for things. But she's the one discipling them through these things. And then CC provides the community. You're not alone. And it's like the number of times that my wife has figured out how to do things or learned how to do things through other families who are doing the same thing. There are people who are behind you, people who are ahead of you, people in challenge telling us, okay, this is important. I mean, that's what sold us on so many aspects of Memory Master is, yes, the people who are like, okay, we're now doing like the meat of the work. This is the skill building. This is what we've been building toward. We're so glad we did Memory Master, or we wish we would have done more Memory Master. That's the toolkit that is so needed. That's the materials to do the work that we're doing up here. It's worth it. That's the phrase I think that people keep saying. It's worth it. Anything worth doing, the greatest rewards come from the hardest work. And it is hard work. There's that daily grind of just the daily things that we do. And it's like that is a big part of homeschooling, is just that routine of doing the things, Memory Master of doing the things to build an amazing product. And that product is our kids becoming young adults for Christ.
It's just been so neat to watch her grow through the entire process. But it's very achievable. It's not something that, she still got to be in a musical. She still does dance. She still does piano and violin. And then we still do things as a family. So it is, by no means did it become our life. It just kind of fit in, and we were able to work with it. Just so proud of her. Whether she won or not today was not the big thing. The fact that she did it for God's glory, and she did it with a humble spirit and a big smile on her face. I couldn't have asked for anything more.
The National Memory Master wins $10,000, and I really want to just use that for college. It is definitely worth it. And it requires a lot of work and practice and being diligent and doing it like as many days as possible. But it's definitely worth it. And it's something that I think anyone should consider. It's using the talents that God gave you and using them to glorify Him. And I feel like by doing this, I'm better equipped to share the gospel with other people.
God's given us the responsibility of being a parent, and the responsibility to educate our children is on us. And the biggest thing that I could do for my children is point them to Christ and His love for them, and try to help grow that desire in them to seek His face and His word and get to know Him more.